Explain all of our headphone connections. You have 5 minutes.
Okay, that's easy enough.
All of them?
All the connections, the different
Technically,
plugs.
there could be more than
It is a common problem.
Could be.
People are like, well, what's the difference between it? Because they all serve the same function.
Yeah.
That's the first thing
They
to start
connect
with.
the headphone to a device
Yeah.
that plays music.
Right.
So we should have done a count. It would be smart if we knew. I'm thinking 6, but
Well, we have the common
right
ones
there,
here,
yeah.
right? This is kind of like the legacy. You got the big guy, the 1/4 inch,
old school. Tube
Yeah.
amps like using
right?
that.
Right. And then we have the new hotness. You got
The new
the
hotness.
full size 4-pin. That's somewhat common in big desktop. And then you got the Pentacon, right?
Well, 4.4
4.4
millimeter.
4.4
Technically
millimeter.
speaking.
Yes.
Turns out that Pentacon does make connectors, so that's their brand.
Oh.
But a 4.4
Well,
millimeter
commonly
is this,
referred to.
Yeah.
They
as
say
Pentacon.
Pentacon on
yeah,
them.
which people just call it Pentacon, but anyway.
And then you have the legacy. This one, that's standard 1/8 inch on everything ever, pretty much. That's now kind of sort of gone from everything.
3.5 millimeter for those that are in the metric.
And Astle and Kern, more or less, started putting this as a balance connector, the
2.5
2.5 millimeter. Yeah. So what are the advantages, disadvantages? What do they do differently?
Yeah, well, they all make an electrical connection.
Well, there's 2 camps. Balanced, single-ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, which the headphone doesn't really give a crap.
We have a video about that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the TLDR is,
I mean,
it doesn't really matter.
you know, some people think that balanced connections sound better on a headphone, but really I think it's the amplifier that sounds better.
it's differences in the amplifier
Yeah,
for
it's
the
the
most part.
topology, the way the amp's designed. So let's not even get into that too deeply, but because that's a whole different topic, which you said we did.
But we got a video about it, so
Yeah.
we'll put the thing
Yeah,
somewhere.
you can look up the
You click
balanced
on it and
versus not.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's really about what you're plugging into. People sometimes are confused. Well, what connector do I get? I say, well, the question has to come back and say, well, what are you using your headphones with? What do you,
Yep.
what jack is on the device that you're plugging into, or what you plan to plug into in the future may also decide which way you go to. But that's a lot of thinking ahead.
Well, there's the obvious. You have this connector, and it's the smallest out of the bunch. Very fragile comparatively,
2.5
right?
millimeter, yeah.
The 2.5 millimeter balanced, it's just physically a small connector.
It's the easiest to break.
Easiest to break. It's harder to wire, so it's harder to terminate your connector
can't
inside
put a lot
there.
of
They're
wire in
typically not as
Yeah.
durable.
It's a very tiny connector.
And so that's why people started moving towards this new balance connector that Sony sort of vaguely tried to standardize. And this is actually pretty stout. It's
pretty-
the right size,
It's actually pretty popular now.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, it actually gained popularity quicker than I would have thought.
Yeah, a lot of portable devices use it. Some of the desktops now have it.
Well, I think everyone
So-
wanted to move away from the
It's a good
2.5
connector.
because the 2.5, the connector and the plug are fragile.
Yeah, and even at 3.5, I mean, that's been like the industry norm for
Well,
100
yeah.
years, I think.
100 years.
Like almost every earphone. When I was a kid, earphones, you know, those toilet earphones, they had 3.5 millimeter, 1/8 inch in the U.S. it was
Yes.
called. That's been around
And it's
forever.
enough. It works pretty well, standard, but it isn't an ideal connector.
It's
It's
not
a
bad.
little fragile for heavy duty use cases. So for like desktop, you probably wouldn't want to use it, but mobile, it's fine because you're not going to have like, you know, this full size 4-pin mobile. Obviously, that's ridiculous.
Those do exist, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little extreme.
Well,
And
bottom line.
people do ask the difference between like the 4-pin and dual 3s.
Well,
So we
bottom
cover
line, if
that.
your portable has a 3.5 millimeter, that's what you're going for.
Well, yeah,
but,
it is what it
But if
is.
it has a 4.4 millimeter available, or a 1/4 inch, or even like a desktop, when you get into the 4-pin XLRs, yeah, you want to go to a stout. You always want to go. You want to gravitate toward a stouter plug. I think
Yeah.
that's always a wise choice.
Well, I guess maximum compatibility would be the 3.5 because then you could always adapt it to a 1/4 inch.
We
So-
got 1 minute.
But you can't go to balanced with it.
Right,
Like there's only 3 connections on it, and balance requires at least 4.
right.
So you need 4 contacts. So yeah. So to me, like normally, if I'm recommending something, I'll go, well, you look at what your amp has. Whatever you're plugging into, what does it got? And normally, if it has a balance connector, that's the way you're going to gravitate, because from a balance connector on a headphone, you can dumb it down to any other connector with an adapter.
Yeah, you can't go the other way.
Can't go the other way. If your headphone only has 3 wires, you can't add a 4th one later.
That's a fair point.
All right, so
and
you-
for that reason, on desktop, it seems to be preferred to move towards the 4-pin full-size XLR.
Sure.
Because people do make little adapters that you could plug like Pentacon or other things into, and that seems to work well on a desktop. Very
With
durable
desktop.
connection.
But for portable, you don't really
Portable,
want one of those big ass
you
connectors.
do not
It's
want one of
heavy,
those.
And even when you run an adapter, you're going to break something.
Yeah, so I would avoid the 2.5
You got to watch it.
unless you had to.
Yeah.
Move towards the 4.4
right.
or the legacy 3.5
Yeah.
work pretty well.
Yeah, or 4.
This, not so much.
And time is up.
Time's up. We almost covered it.
Perfect.
Yeah. Dun, da, da, da. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Halloween's over, so no one, none of us are dressing up anymore. And take care of yourselves. Bye.